The average person has between 12,000 and 60,000 thoughts per day. 75 to 80% of those are negative thoughts, and looking at all your thoughts, 95% are repetitive. So your mindset is everything. I'm going to be talking about a topic that's really been a game changer for my career and for my personal life, and it can definitely transform yours too. And that is the power of a growth mindset. So in this video, I'm going to be taking you through some insider tips, 5 habits that I've used, and stay till the end because I have some bonus content about 3 hacks that you can do today to start cultivating that growth mindset. Let's take a step back and talk about the difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. According to Professor Carol Dweck, she speaks about a growth mindset being the thinking of your abilities and your intelligence can be enhanced through effort and learning. So you look at, for example, setbacks as opportunities for growth, whereas a person with a fixed mindset, you actually feel that your performance is based on your innate characteristics or your abilities and your intelligence, and there's nothing further that you can do to better that. Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick example, a math example, right? So say I ask you the question, what is 6 divided by 2? And you answer 4. If you had a fixed mindset, you'd say, oh, you know what? I am really not good at math. This is not something I'd get right anyway, so I don't care about it. Whereas if you had a growth mindset, you'd say, oh yeah, I can see the answer now, and let me practice on a few more problems to get it right going forward. Do you see the difference? Now I know if you look at this graph, you'll see that your fixed mindset, with a fixed mindset, you'll start off with your performance being, increasing, right, from the get-go, because you're using all your skills, your abilities, right? But as soon as you have any setbacks or challenges, you'll then start leveling out. So you'll see it stabilize. Whereas if you have a growth mindset, you start your performance off slower, but it increases gradually to actually overcome the people with a fixed mindset. So you go past that and you just keep increasing over time. So that is the important part about having a growth mindset. And I'm not saying a growth mindset can be done overnight. It certainly cannot, because I have to catch myself all the time. It's actively telling yourself about this growth mindset and reframing what you say to yourself, right? And so what do they say? They actually say your thoughts shape your words shape your actions shape your habits, and your mindset creates your reality. So that is the importance of having a growth mindset. Now, let's get into the 5 habits that I've reflected on that has helped me nurture my growth mindset. Number 1, embrace change. Change is inevitable in any organization, from restructuring or structuring to changing your roles, getting new tasks. They're all changes, big or small, right? And how you respond to these changes really shape your career and your performance in your career, even your success, right? So if I have to give you an example, I started working at a software as a service company a few years ago, and it was completely new to me, out of my depth. I left my current job that I was really happy with, and I wanted to try something completely new because I wanted to learn and grow my skills as a marketer. And so I joined this company, and after 4 months, they told us, listen, we're going through a restructure, your role is impacted, you have to actually interview for another marketing role. There will be 4 other people impacted, all interviewing for the same roles. I was shocked. I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my God, I made such a bad decision. But then I had to catch myself and then tell myself, okay, what can I learn from the situation? I'm going to try my best. I'm going to learn as much as possible. And mind you, these other 4 candidates, they were really, really good. They came from a software as a service background in marketing. And so I was completely new to it and out of my depth. But I wanted to use the opportunity to learn as much as possible before my interview and see how I can apply it into that specific role that I was applying for. And I did it, and thankfully I got the job. But those learnings and my learnings from that new role really helped me in my role today as well. So you see, if you start reframing your mind and looking at the positives in terms of what I can learn and what I can get out of this, you will see that pay off right now and going forward. Number 2 is all about fail forward. So this line is burnt into my mind from watching a motivational speech with Denzel Washington. Fail forward is so true because when you think about it, you think about it as two opposites, right? Failure and success. But it's not meant to be like that, right? In order to get to success, you need to fail and then pick yourself up and move forward. So that is something that I just wanted to change your mindset on. If you had this polar opposite thinking about failure and success, I don't see them as opposites. Okay. So I had the biggest campaign of my career. It was the Vitality Running World Cup, and I had to launch this internally. So I put together this whole event. I had treadmills come in. Different people from across the business had to kind of run on these treadmills to rack up kilometers, representing their company, representing their business unit, and then whoever gets the most over a specific period of time wins. And I think it was about 20 minutes into my event, the treadmill stopped, the electricity cut. So basically, the treadmills have been taking up so much electricity that the electricity tripped. I started panicking. I was like, oh my goodness, this is the end of my career. There were CEOs there participating. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the worst. And then I looked over at my manager and she was not impressed. But I had to take myself out of panic mode and tell myself, okay, what can I do now? Yes, this is not great, but what can I do moving forward? So I went to the events team, they helped me, and within about 10 minutes, everything kicked in, the generator kicked in, and everything worked out. The CEO actually came to me afterwards and commended me on that event. But that's why it's taught me that even in the face of unexpected events or unexpected things that happen, if you have perseverance and a positive mindset, everything is going to work out for you. Number 3, say hell yes to new opportunities. They say you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, and that is 100% true. So whether it's new tasks, new roles, new responsibilities outside of what you know already, say yes to them. I can't tell you how much it's not only helped me, but it's a learning that I've taken from other mentors I've had. You know that when I started in my recent role, one of my goals was to learn as much as possible about the business. I wanted to know how the business worked, what products, how we sell products, how the products worked, all of those things. And during my performance conversation with my manager, I actually said to him, look, this is what I want to learn. What can I do to learn as much as possible? And so what he suggested is I speak to someone else who could help me, who had the same kind of background as me and wanted to learn more. And so I went to this head of product and I had a chat with her. And what really stood out to me was her proactive steps to seeking new opportunities to learn more about the business. And even taking on tasks that would have seemed like below her current role. So she was very senior. One of those roles was to please help with taking minutes during some of the senior meetings. And she took this opportunity with open arms, and she said that she learned so much from taking minutes. And that really says a lot about a person, right? And it's something that we can all learn. And I've actually asked if I could take minutes as well in other meetings. So I'll tell you how that goes. But yeah, if you want some guidance on how to have these performance conversations with your manager, I do have a video about that and I'll put the link below. Number 4, remove negative people. Gary Vaynerchuk once posted, who you listen to is who you become. And I know it's easy to get caught up in the office gossip, to talk about the manager that you don't like, all the things, right? But even if you don't participate in those conversations, they do affect you subconsciously. You start thinking about it, it plays on your mind, and eventually you start feeling the same ways. So a big thing that I would advise you on is try to remove yourself from those situations. And if you know some people are a bit negative about things, try and also remove yourself from those as well. I know in a working relationship you have to work with certain people, but try to keep it to that. Try to keep the conversation to just work and not talk about anything else. I know it's difficult, but it's something that is really important for your growth mindset. Number 5, reframe your thinking. Now, I've said this line a few times in this video, but it is so important, okay? I used to go into meetings and I'd listen to other people speak, even present, and I think, oh my goodness, this person is so amazing at presenting, articulating themselves so well. I wish I could be like that. Now, I go into a meeting, I notice these people that present well, and it inspires me. And then I tell myself, I am actively working on my presentation skills. I'm working on bettering the slides that I put together, and I'm going to practice presenting in front of the mirror so that when I do present to others, I'll be better. And it's an ongoing process. So telling yourself, listen, I'm learning, I'm not there yet, but I'm gonna get there, is more impactful for you and your mind than just telling yourself, oh, I wish I was like this person. I'm never gonna get there. Do you see? Reframing your thinking, your thoughts, your self-talk is so important. And you have a lot of negative things that you say to yourself all day. I mean, I presented some stats to you earlier on. Try to reframe that. And yes, all of these things take time. I'm not saying that cultivating a growth mindset happens overnight. It takes time, and you need to practice it every single day. Like I said, I need to catch myself all the time. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so bonus content. I have these 3 hacks that helps me nurture my growth mindset. It's quick and easy that you can start today. So the first one is, instead of writing to-do list in my diary, I actually write get to-do list. So that reframes my mind in thinking, I'm so grateful for all the tasks that I get to do today. I'm so grateful for my role. Okay, even if it's to send a simple email to someone, I am grateful for that. The second one is positive affirmations. So I tend to write down affirmations on post-its, and I stick them around my house. I also have it on my computer, and I like to read these in the morning and throughout the day. But it's not only about listening to them and reading them, it's also saying them back to you, but also believing them. So one of the positive affirmations I say to myself is, every day I learn, I grow, I conquer. But I actually, like, people have different affirmations based on their goals and what they want to achieve. So you need to find the affirmation that works for you. I was listening to a YouTube video of Jim Rowan's motivational speeches, and he was talking about 5 affirmations that he uses for success. And it was, today I choose to be positive, I am grateful for everything I have, I work towards my goals every day, I embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, and I'm missing one. I will leave a link to that video if you want to check it out. But it's having yourself say these things over and over, you start believing them, you become more positive, right? And then the third hack that I do is I try to pick a goal. It doesn't have to be big, something, whatever it is, and try and create actionable steps towards them. But this goal needs to be realistic, right? And achievable, which is very important. So I'll give you an example. I don't gym a lot. Okay, I don't gym. And I wanted to get healthier. So I see my team, who's very active and very health conscious. I mean, I work in a business that's very health conscious, so I'm reminded about it every single day. And I need to get into exercising. And so I told myself, okay, from October, I'm gonna try and go to the gym at least twice every week. And so I started doing that. I made it, and it actually makes you feel so good. You feel so confident, and you'll see this ripple effect of positive habits that you want to create, kind of moving throughout other aspects of your life. So for example, now I'm like, okay, I need a better skincare routine. So now I want to wash my face before I go to bed, or I want to read before I go to bed, or whatever it is. I know it's not corporate, but these things that you do for yourself have a positive impact on your mind, your body, how you feel, and you'll see that confidence coming out in your career when you speak to someone at work, how you present yourself. You'll see all of those things come through. So those are my 3 hacks. Please tell me in the comments what hacks you use today. Maybe we can share things. It would be amazing for the other people who read this and watch this to also see what you do, to learn from them, and I want to learn from them too. Whether you're starting out in corporate or you've been working for quite some time, cultivating these growth mindsets are so important, and they will transform your life from day one. So if you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be reminded of future content. My next video, I will be talking about how to find a mentor for your career, so please catch that. But in the meantime, keep thriving.